Welcome, folks, to Creative Underground Live, where we are here at the Ashburn Ice House to bring you the championship game in this Adams Division, Heritage Rock Ridge against Herndon South Lakes. A very warm welcome to you all at home, and a very warm welcome to Bart. Bart, welcome back to the broadcast booth.
Happy to be here for the championship game. Should be exciting.
It should be exciting indeed. I think this will be a good, close matchup. We've played this team before. I'm not sure how many of their team has aged out over the last season, but the last time we played them, this was a great team, a really strong team.
Yeah, it looks like they brought out the 4-referee crew today. Not something you normally see in youth hockey.
Yeah.
So 2 refs and 2 linesmen. So should be some good refereeing. Looking at the Herndon South Lakes roster, they don't really have one player that jumps out. It's a pretty balanced team, which is probably why they've done so well this year. But they do have 2 players in double-digit goals this season, number 12, Campbell Wilkins, and number 84, Gavin Mullen. And I also know that the Crossan brothers, who play over at the wrestling rink, are pretty talented as well. Number 71, number 9. And then finally in their top 5, Noah White, number 2. He's got 5 goals and 9 assists in the season. So like I said, pretty balanced scoring across the top. And then, of course, as you probably know if you've been listening for most of the season, Heritage Rock Ridge is led by number 27, Ethan Hong, and number 9, Mason Mueller. Or sorry, excuse me, number 16, Mason Mueller. For some reason my brain broke today, but are the 2 goal scorers. So looking for strong games from them, and the rest of the lineup to hold down some of the strong players on the Herndon South Lakes team.
So looking at the team stats here,
there you go. Looks
like Heritage 6.5 average goals per game to Herndon South Lakes 5.3. Goals against per game 2.3 for Heritage, but only 1.6 for Herndon South Lakes. That's some strong goaltending by the looks of it.
Correct. I think it's maybe more the competition. I would say our goaltending is equal to the Herndon South Lake, at least looking at the save percentages, but correct. There's not going to be no easy goals on either side tonight. Everyone's going to have to earn their goals, hopefully.
Yeah.
No soft ones. And Herndon South Lakes has started 2 goalies pretty evenly this season. Carson Day has been their main starter, though, with 7 starts. So I would expect to see him in net, and he's taking the first shots for Herndon South Lakes right now. So very likely he will be the starting goaltending for them.
Now, I take that opportunity as well to welcome everyone. I think we may have some new viewers joining us tonight from Herndon South Lakes. We welcome all to our hockey family, not just Heritage Rock Ridge fans and family. We try to extend our hockey community as far and wide as we can so that all can enjoy. Please feel free to share this with grandparents, aunts, uncles, anyone you would like to. Only thing I would ask is, if in the future you need any live streaming services, video services, audio recording services, anything audio visual, come to me at Creative Underground. You can visit us at creativeunderground.co to find out more. I just caught a glimpse of Michelle's comment here. Shocker with the penalty minutes. He was referring to Chase. I noticed at the bottom of the screen that he was our leader in penalty minutes. Michelle did not miss that. Eagle-eyed there in the chat. And anyone watching at home that's new here, you can join in the chat. Feel free to send us a message in the YouTube chat that you'll see in the pop-out. Pop out the player, click on the YouTube link, and you can comment. We can pull your comments up on screen, provided they're appropriate. Got Matt Hart here to my right. If he doesn't watch out, I'm going to put a headset on him. Hey, congrats on your victory, Coach. Nice work. All right.
Okay, looks like we're about to get started. 18-minute periods today.
Oh, shoot. Nobody told me that.
Which means we'll get the 2-minute penalties as well.
Okay, well, that's good news for me. Less good news is the scoreboard does not seem to be responding. We had to bush fix some Wi-Fi here today. The internet is down at Ashburn.
Well,
Working? Okay, awesome. I also want to take an opportunity to give a big shout out to Joey Falls. Joey, I know you're watching your brother Koa. I wish you could be here to join us for dinner afterwards. You're going to be having dinner with your mom and dad and your brother. And if Lulu, if you're watching, I'm not sure whether you're technically proficient enough to watch. Maybe Carrie's got you set up. Hopefully you do and you're able to watch this. We miss you tonight and hope to see you soon.
okay, here we go. About to get started. And the puck is dropped. Heritage wins the draw. Beltema picks it up. Looks like Beltema's back from his injury, which is good news. Chase Christine dumps it in for Heritage. Fight for it behind the net. Wilkins picks it up for Herndon South Lakes. Carries it up ice. Turned over to Heritage. Just kind of chips it into the zone. Icing is waved off. Chase Christine gets chase. Puck's dumped around the corner. Picked up by Wilkins. Tipped up to Mullen, who's unable to get it forward. He picked up his own turnover. Carries it across center ice. Brings it in, cuts to the middle. Toe drag, nice deke. Saved by Tartaglione. And a nice backhand by Mullen. Green picks it up. Unable to headman the puck. Ooh. Pretty obvious trip there, and maybe they were prophetic as Chase Christine picks up the first penalty of the game. 2 minutes.
Michelle, you better go knock on some wood right now. No more predicting the future.
Correct. Okay, face off to the left of Tartaglione. Heritage wins the draw, and they were able to throw it all the way down the ice for icing, excuse me. Picked up by Herndon South Lakes behind their own net, carrying it up ice. Makes the pass over to Crossan and brings it in over the line, takes a stop, curls around, brings it out. Still on it, passes it to the point. Back to Crossan, keeps it into the blue line, makes a move around Ede. Nice pass in front of the net. Another great save to Taglioni. Picked up by Mueller, who tosses to center ice. Turned over to Bertrand, brings it in. Tries to throw it across the ice, but the puck pops out. Right in by Crossan. Makes a move, unable to get around Heritage defense. They fight for it along the boards. Held in by Murphy. Throws it cross ice. Back to Crossan to center. Makes a move. Unable to corral it as Heritage is able to get it out of the center. Picked up by Mace Mueller. Brings it over the line. Can't make a move and gets the puck stolen from him. Brought back in by Bertrand. Tries to make a move. Stolen by Heritage. Rocker Edge. Pushed forward. 36 seconds to go in the penalty. Murphy takes it up. Stolen by Hong. Heritage chases in the corner. Petzold for Herndon South Lake. Pushes it around, but Beltema takes it and fires it all the way down the ice. 15 seconds to go in the penalty. Cope picks it up behind the net. Fires it around to Petzold, who knocks it out to center ice. Picked up by Botema, throws it across the green. Steps in over the red line and fires it in. Penalty is over now. Lamb gives chase in the corner. Puck stolen by Hong behind the net, and he brings it out to the side. Takes it out of his own zone and jumps it back into change. Up to Cope at center ice. Just tosses it to Mason Mueller, brings it in over the line. Fires, but the puck's tipped wide. Chased down by Wilkins. Picked up by Max Mueller, dumps it in. Ede gives chase. Ede gets it behind the net. Tries to throw it out in front, but nobody's home. Goes straight to Wilkins, who carries it up ice for Herndon South Lakes. He turns it over to Max Mueller, though, brings it in over the line. But he's offsides. Probably his brother took a step 1-2 seconds earlier there. Both teams kind of seem tentative right now, feeling each other out.
Yeah.
No clear advantage. Nice penalty kill there by Heritage Rockridge. Face-off won by Heritage and dumped straight on. Oh my goodness. He is definitely going to want that one back as Max Mueller scores from, I think, the center ice dot.
I wasn't even ready for that. I was just pulling up a comment on screen.
That's not a goal you see very often at any level, but...
So that was off the face-off?
Direct win back to Max Mueller, who stepped in, and he shot it from center ice. I think he was on the face-off dot when he shot that, pretty much, and it just beat the goalie 5-hole. One of those bouncing, pucks that somehow goes in the net. I mean, the goalies definitely want that one back, but 1-0 Heritage Rockridge with 14 to go in the first. They both chase for it as the puck's knocked behind the net. Max Mueller Furtek fights for it. They both fight for it behind the net. Furtek's able to shoot it out to the point, but kept in by Herndon, who fires it around. Mullen picks it up for Herndon South Lakes. Finally out by Heritage Rockridge. Eat up to Mueller, who's got a line. He toe drags to the center, tries to cut back across. Pass across. Oh my goodness.
Oh, my.
Cole Furtek had a wide open net, but that bouncing puck was hard to knock down, and he just couldn't get it. There's the, get one back for the lucky goal they got earlier. Dump it in. Furtek picks it up behind the net. Fires it up to Andy Eade at the point. He's unable to keep it in. Nice check there on the side. And Heritage throws it up. Breakaway for Andy. And, oh, man, it goes over the goalie and just trickles wide. He can't knock it in. Thought that might have fallen down. Hong takes it, fires it on net. Another save.
And while I would love to take credit for those shots, it's Grayson not on the ice, not Andy. I'm behind the camera.
I'm the worst.
No, all season long in our travel season, we've been calling Dylan Lamb Dan Lamb because he plays on Grayson's travel team. So
there you go. Well,
we all do it.
Grayson made a nice shot there, and I'll endeavor to do better in the future. No, Wilkins picks it up, goes behind, drops it off to Ethan Hong behind the net, tries to toss it out in front, unable to do so. Picked up at Herndon South Lakes, has a lot of speed. Carries it in the corner, throws it to the side of the net. Puck shot off the side of the net by Crossan. Picked up by Hong, who skates it down the middle. Brings it over the line, makes a move, gets around his man. Chips it over the net. Kept in by Max Mueller at the point. Comes back out to him again. He fires it on net and held with the whistle by the Herndon South Lakes goalie. So 1-0 Heritage Rockridge with 12:04 to go in the first. Shots pretty even, with 4 for Heritage and 3 for Herndon. Puck won by Mueller back to Furtek, who dumps it into the corner. Herndon South Lakes recovers though. They break it out center ice, but unable to handle the pass. Back to Mueller, throws it over to Furtek. Throws it back to Mueller. Passes it up to his brother, the other Mueller, as he carries it over the line, beats his man, cuts to the net, Tries to throw it across, but unable to get it there. Nice defense by Herndon South Lakes defender. Puck comes back out to center ice for Mueller. Throws it over to Mason Mueller, who just kind of dumps it cross corner for Chase Christine, who's unable to get there. Turnover by Herndon South Lakes to Mueller in the center of the ice. He curls out back to center. Over to Furtek. Cross ice to Max Mueller. Throws it to Mason Mueller. Is unable to catch the pass. Picked up by Herndon South Lakes. Getting over the line, but recovered by Heritage. And Mason Mueller, who brings it out to center ice. He chips it over to Chase Christine, who brings it in. Unable to beat 3 guys, though. And puck chipped back out to center ice. Noah Wilkins picks it up. Can't beat his man, but still they fight for it at center ice.
Oh.
Puck's missed by Green, but nice defense by Dylan Lamb to get back on that. Given to Ethan Hong, who comes up, cuts to the middle. He's got a lot of speed. It's a 2-on-1 for Heritage Rockridge. Hong fires it. Fire down, top right corner.
Wow.
Snipe there from Ethan Hong to make it 2-0 Heritage Rockridge. He just came in, busted down the right side, and fired over the glove hand of Carson Day. That was a laser shot to the top corner. Two nothing Heritage Rockridge with 10:25 to go in the first. A great start here for Heritage Rockridge. You know, the center ice goal and then that one. I imagine Herndon South Lakes is going to start moving here in a few seconds. Wilkins chops it back to Schaefer, who throws it up, unable to get it. Called icing there by the linesman. A little generous, but Heritage Rockridge will take it, and the faceoff will be to the right of the Herndon South Lakes goalie. Ethan Hong to take the faceoff against Gavin Mullen of Herndon South Lakes. Hong wins it straight forward and just fires it. Almost got a 5-hole there, but the Carson Day goalie able to cover it. Surprised the Herndon center let Ethan go right around him there, but we'll see what happens this time. Pushed off to the side. Picked up by Wilkins as he comes in fast down the side. Picked off to the side by Wilkins. Heard by Mullen. Nice check in the corner. Puss rimmed around. Gets out to the point. He did not get back into the corner. Picked up by Noah Wilkins behind the net. Tries to cut it up ice. Unable to do so. They hold it in at the line. Back to Wilkins, though. He throws it up. Kept in again. Finally. Nope. Still kept in. Mullen has it in the corner. Cycles it down to Wilkins. Unable to get it. Comes over to Schaefer for Herndon. Tries to make a move. Finally just chipped out to center ice by Heritage to relieve some pressure. Petzold picks it up and kind of dumps it in for Herndon South Lakes. Picked up by Wilkins, who takes his time. Chips it off the board to center ice, where Bertrand recovers for Herndon South Lakes. Dumps it in. Crossan then takes it, makes a nice curve. Quick move to get around Mueller. Throws it to Bertrand and takes a shot, but deflected wide by Max Mueller. Herndon South Lakes dumps it in the corner. Chipped out to the point by Max Mueller. Kept in by Murphy. As they fight for it in the corner. Picked up by Crossan again, out to Murphy, who dumps it into the corner. Green picks it up for Heritage Rockridge. Chips it out to Cole Furtek, who they bangs away, but unable to get it out, and it's dumped back in the corner again. Mason Mueller picks it up. Now he has a head of steam. Looks like he'll finally exit the zone. Gets around Mueller. Nice cross jet there. Fires it straight on net. Nice save by Day. They fight for it behind the net. And Herndon South Lakes comes away with it as they break it out. Puck given to Crossan in front of the net. He tries to throw it across. Unable to do so. Picked up by Hong in the corner. Makes a stretch pass to Grayson, who's unable to get it, but he does toss it to Mason Mueller, who's unable to pick it up. They go off sides. They finally recover, and they just kind of shoot it in. White picks it up for Herndon South Lakes. Tosses it up to Crossan. Back to White. Back to Crossan. He gains the line and tries to throw it across, but it's chipped out to center ice by Heritage Rockridge. Picked up by Hong at center ice. Makes a move, but puck stolen by Petzold, that brings it in. Unable to move, and the puck sucks at the blue line and kept in by Herndon South Lakes. Mac Mueller takes it in the corner and chips it out to center ice. Chase Christine, who just dumps it in to the Herndon South Lakes zone. Gabe Gantos gives chase. But recovered by Herndon South Lakes. Pass up to center ice. They lose it. Toss back to Chase Christine, who dumps it in. Covers his own dump in the corner. Unable to hold on to it. Oh, it looks like Chase is going to get his second penalty of the night. Another tripping call as he a little lazy with the stick there. He reached out. Wasn't a strong trip, but the referees did call it, and Heritage Rockridge will be on the penalty kill for 2 more minutes here. Face-off will be to the left of Tartaglione, as Heritage is going to use Mueller and Lamb at forward and Green at Wilkins at D to kill this penalty. Puck won by Herndon South Lakes, back to White, who tips it into Crossan on the right boards. Takes a shot, nice save by Tartaglione. The puck able to be pushed out the blue line, but kept in by White, who tosses it over to the other Crossan. Back to White. They play catch at the blue line. He tosses it into Crossan on the right side. He walks in, throws it across to his brother, who's unable to catch the pass. Crossan on it, Crossan to Crossan. He fires it wide. Puck comes all the way around, unable to keep it in this time as White, and puck comes out to center ice to relieve some pressure for Heritage Rockridge. Crossan 71 brings it in, makes a stop. Tries to throw a pass across, but it's knocked out to center ice by Mueller. 1:11 to go in the penalty. Crossan brings it up ice again. He gains the line. Oh! Takes a bad angle shot, but able to beat Tartaglione's short side, and that's a power play goal for Herndon South Lakes as they bring the score to 2-1. Again, that's another one the goalie's going to want back. Just kind of wasn't hard on his post there and able to beat short side. So scores 2-1 with shots even at 7 apiece. 5:28 to go in the first period. Puck dumped in by Herndon South Lakes. Mueller picks it up in the corner, goes behind his own net, tosses it out to Grayson at center ice. Passes it over to Ethan Hong. Hong carries it into the corner, tries to throw it out in front. Puck's knocked back to him in the corner. They fight for it behind the net. Tuck behind the net, Eat out to Feipel, fires it, but it tipped forward. They fight for it at the blue line. Hong takes it and just kind of throws it on net. Easy save for the Herndon South Lakes goalie. Pretty even game so far with 4:54 to go in the first period. The difference being the center ice goal that Heritage was gifted in the beginning of the game. Hong wins the puck back to Mueller, gives it out to his brother Max Mueller, pass back across to Temo, shoots it in. Chipped around, picked up in the corner by Connor Butema. He fights for it in the corner, chipped out to Mueller, docks it behind the net. Chipped around again, pass across ice, intercepted right inside the blue line for Hong. He's unable to keep it on a stick, and it chips out to center ice. Now Vatema over to Max Mueller. Back to Hong. Tries to throw it back to Mason Mueller, but no harm, no foul as Max picks it up behind the net. He turns it over to Mullen, who cuts it in front of the net. Picked up by Mason Mueller in the corner. Comes around, cuts up ice. Tries to make a move, drops it back to Max Mueller, who comes out. Again to center ice, chipped back in by Herndon South Lakes. Picked up by Max Mueller, is checked off the puck by Wilkins, but getting to Mason Mueller, who carries it over the line. They fight for it on the far boards. Chipped into the center ice. Cole Furtek shoots it in behind the net. He picks up his own rebound, tries to toss it out to his brother at the point, unable to keep it in though. Puck's chipped out to Mason Mueller, who gets it. And promptly turns it over to Herndon South Lakes, who dumps it back in. Moves forward by Heritage Rockridge. Mason Mueller curls around his own zone. Still on the puck, carries it to center ice. Makes a move and just dumps it into the corner. Right to Wilkins, who's unable to connect on the bounce off the boards. Herndon South Lakes breaks it. White brings it going over the line. Tries to make a move, unable to beat Furtek. Furtek tries to stop it again, this time right out, but they call offsides. Hong gonna center Eden D'Angelo. Puck won by Heritage, passed over to Green. He looks up ice, gives it to Ethan Hong. He splits the defense and goes right down the middle. He's in all alone on the goalie. Nice save by Day as Hong tried to go 5-hole. Goalie closed it up good. Chip behind the net to D'Angelo, who fights for it in the corner. Still on it, they fight for it. Given to Hong, gets it over to, unable to corral it though, and White picks it up, passes it out, and he shoots it all the way down the ice for what will likely be icing. And it is icing. Face-off will be to the right of Day, the Herndon South Lakes goalie. Well, we all thought it was to the right of the goalie, but the linesman had other ideas, and the face-off will be to the left of the Herndon South Lakes goalie. We all shift over. Hong wins it back to Ede, who dumps it into the corner. Comes all the way around to Green, who chips in from his point. Shoots it in around the corner. Ede chases, unable to get there first. Puck's chipped out to center ice. Picked up by Bertrand, turns it over. Here comes Hong with a lot of speed. He cuts in, just kind of shoots it. Puck's chipped way up high in the air. Petzold picks it up for Herndon South Lakes, passes it over to Bertrand. He loses it at the point, but able to recover and shoot it back in. To Vatema. Tosses it up to Ede. Just drop past to Hong. Drops it off to Mueller. Pushes into the corner, back for Hong. Unable to recover it in the corner though. And a chip behind the net for Herndon South Lakes. They move it around to Cope. Shoots it back around the corner. And Herndon South Lakes just kind of ices the puck again. 1:08 to go in the first period. The score, Heritage Rockridge 2, Herndon South Lakes 1. Shots on net still pretty even, with 9 for Heritage Rockridge and 7 for Herndon South Lakes.
So with these longer periods in this championship game, you think we'll get an ice cut tonight, Bart?
I think that'd be very unlikely.
Be nice.
Puck won by Heritage all the way out to Max Mueller, He tries to get it to Mason Mueller, who takes it behind his own net. Cuts it up, tries to make a move, unable to get around Gavin Mullen, who takes it, gives it up to Wilkins, who throws it over to White, who passes it back to Wilkins. This is the line you got to watch out for on Herndon South Lakes. Come on. Okay, here comes Lamb. He's going to try to break it in. Nice defense by Murphy. He gets back. Lamb tries to make a move to the middle. He just can't pick up his own pass. Comes back out to Mason Mueller, who loses it. Line. Wilkins carries it down the ice now for Herndon South Lakes. Brings it in over the line. Tries to go to the outside. Throws it in front, but it comes all the way across. Just missing Crossan. Crossan does pick it up at the point. Taken down by Lamb. Throws a nice check at the line. Picked up by Mason Mueller. 3-on-2 for Heritage Rockridge. Mueller just takes it and cuts it in. And it gets through the goalie for another goal. Another tough one with 5.6 seconds on the clock.
Wow.
Another soft goal for Heritage Rockridge. At that point, puck was fired just inside the blue line. Looked like it hit the goalie in the chest and just kind of snuck through under his armpit, I think.
Who had the goal?
That was Mason Mueller.
Mason.
Just fired it. I mean, it wasn't even that hard a shot. He just kind of took it from center ice. Regardless, it's 3-1. That's a big goal. Those late period goals really hurt a lot of times.
Yeah. And it's funny, too, because that was perfect timing. You know, Herndon South Lakes were on a bit of a charge on that shift.
Yes.
They had a couple of strong, high-danger opportunities right in front of our net.
Yeah, and sometimes that's what happens. So this is 3-1, but it's really a 1-1 game considering the two soft goals. But, you know, sometimes that's what happens, and you will take every goal because they all count the same. So after one, the score is Heritage Rockridge 3, Herndon South Lakes 1. A lot of hockey left to be played in this one, though.
Yep. Great turnout here tonight at the Ashburn Ice House on the East Rink for this championship game.
Yeah, pretty good crowd here for what I would say is an early Friday night game.
Early game, yeah. Everyone having to pull their kids out of school early to get here for a 5:30 puck drop.
Yeah, well, yeah. And a lot of kids missing their, I don't know if your son plays spring sports, but my son had to miss track practice today for the championship hockey game.
Oh, man.
That's one of the few things I think that the coach may have been okay with because they're pretty hard up on missing practice usually. So I'm guessing some of the other kids are also, I mean, a lot of hockey players play lacrosse, and lacrosse practice has also started in earnest around here, so.
Yeah, it's been lacrosse tryouts all week. I know Chase Christine was there. I think Mason too. Grayson is not playing lacrosse this season.
Yeah, hockey and lacrosse, those are sports that match up well. My son is running on the track team, but it's always good to get a spring sport in. Keeps you in shape, and because those spring travel hockey tryouts are just around the corner, as all the parents listening to this probably are well aware.
Yep. All right, so 18 minutes on the clock for the start of period 2. Your shots on goal at the end of the first period, 10 to Heritage Rockridge, 7 to Herndon South Lakes.
Yep, and here we go with the second period faceoff. Hong wins it to the empty boards, picked up by Cope, who just dumps it in for Herndon South Lakes. Vertek picks it up. Petzel able to recover, though, for Herndon South Lakes and throws it across. Intercepted. Nice play by Botema as he gets it, shoots into the corner and clears out the danger. Puck now goes to Hong, who chips it up to Christine. Unable to hold it, though. Just chipped back. He recovers it, though, and dumps it into the corner, where Wilkins is able to pick it up. Curls around, tries to toss it to the middle of the ice. That doesn't get through. Back out to center. Picked up by Wilkins again at the blue line. Can't make a move. Vertek brings it over to Botema, who takes it in over the blue line. Doesn't actually get in. They're offsides. Doesn't matter, though, as Herndon South Lakes is able to dump it in. Botema takes it, tosses it behind to Vertek, is able to catch the pass, comes all the way out to center ice, kept into the line by Bertrand. They fight forward in the corner. Botema able to chip it out, but throws straight to the point. Fired on net, deflected to the corner by Vertek thrown back in front, right on Tartaglione. A nice save off that tip off one of the players' skates. I couldn't tell it off of Heritage or Herndon South Lakes. Herndon dumps it back in. Herndon South Lakes throws it right out in front. Very close to the line, but that referee was right there. My eyes said it was still good, but he's got a little better angle than me.
Yeah, we'll look at the replay, and there it is. I mean, you got 4 zebras on the ice, so you got to trust that they're seeing everything here tonight.
That linesman was in perfect position and made the call immediately, so I'm going to guess he saw white between the puck and the blue line and made the appropriate call. Face-off won by Herndon, picked up by Wilkins, who fires it on net. Kick save by Tartaglione. Nice check in the corner. Puck shot back on net by Herndon South Lakes. Picked up by Mullen in the corner. He curls around. Over to Bertrand, who takes it behind the net. Leaves it there, though, and picked up by Heritage Rockridge. Looks like Mullen's going to get a penalty. We'll see what the call is. I didn't see it behind the play. Cross-checking is the call. And this will be a Heritage Rockridge penalty. Power play. With 16 minutes to go here in the second period. This would be a good chance to get some points on the board, and Heritage does put out their power play line with Hong centering Mueller and Latema up front with Wilkins and Grayson Eade on the point. That's 2 forwards on the point, though, which is interesting. Either way, we have seen Wilkins play some defense this season. Hong takes it, throws it to Mueller on the side. Comes out to the top. Cuts in, drops it back to Wilkins. Walks in, takes a shot. You need to get a little bit more traffic as the goalie was able to see it all the way, and the shot was a little bit high. But that is what you want to get, especially in high school hockey. Guy at the top of the face-off circles, right in the center of the ice, just firing it on net. Keep getting men in front of the net, and goals will come. Mason Mueller takes the face-off for Heritage, able to win it straight to Hong, and walks in and fires it over the net. Grayson Eade picks it up, tries to chip it back, but a little miscommunication. The puck comes out to center ice. Wilkins picks it up. Throws it over to Hong, who carries it in over the blue line. Stops and sets it up. Tosses to Mason Mueller at the point. Kind of makes a little move, carries it down. Comes around. Still on the puck. Still on the puck in the corner. Throws it, tries to throw it across the Hong, but White's right there, but he makes the turnover straight to Heritage Rockridge. They chip it out in front of ice. Mason Mueller brings it in over the line. Fires it, tipped wide of the net by White. Eade picks it up in the corner. Tosses it out to Wilkins, who keeps it just barely in. Into Hong, who throws it over to Mueller. Curls out to the top of the dot. Comes back in. Down to Hong behind the net. Loses it to, goes straight to Mason Mueller, back to Hong. Tries to take a hard angle shot. That doesn't work, and it just chipped into the corner. Throws it across to Eade, who fires it on net. A nice save by Day. And Herndon South Lakes is able to fire it all the way down the ice. 20 seconds to go in the power play as Wilkins carries it up ice. Gains the line, but loses it to Wilkins. But kept in by Lamb. He tries to toss it over to Mueller, but unable to do so. Coming in 2-on-1. Wilkins fires it top shelf.
And that was shorthanded with 2 seconds left.
It was shorthanded. It's what can happen sometimes when you have forwards playing defense on your power play. Score is now 3-2. As you know, special teams has really come back to haunt Heritage Rockridge today as they've given up a power play and a shorthanded goal. 2 seconds on the power play, which is over for all intents and purposes, as Mullen's about to step back on the ice for Herndon South Lakes. That was a rip of a shot, though, by Wilkins, who fired it over the blocker of Tartaglione. Face-off won by Herndon South Lakes. Wilkins takes it, chips it up to Petzold, fires it in. Max Mueller takes it in the corner. and shoots it all the way down, but it goes right on the goalie, so there is no icing. Shot battle out to Mueller, over to Furtek, who tosses it back, but it's intercepted by Spencer, who brings it in. Throws it over the line to Hong, who takes it, tries to throw it out, but doesn't get out of the zone. Mullen picks it up, tosses it in front of the net to Wilkins, who shoots it wide. Out to Petzold, who throws it, intercepted by Mueller, who has pocket picked by Spencer, keeps it in the zone. Wilkins still has it at the point, tries to throw it into the corner and does so. Picked up by Mullen behind the net, left for Petzold, who throws it in front of his own net, shot to the corner by Green. Petzold dumps it in for Herndon South Lakes, where Hong fights for it in the corner with Mullen. Finally pushed out to center ice by Herndon South Lakes. The puck shot wide of the net by Petzold. Heavy pressure right now by Herndon South Lakes as Heritage just can't get out of the zone. They've turned it straight over to Wilkins, who's in front of the net and shoots it over. Green picks it up, giving to Furtek, who's finally able to push it out to center ice to Wilkins, who makes a little behind the back pass that's ineffective and dumped back in by Herndon South Lakes. Green stops behind his own net, chips it, but intercepted by Crossan. Heritage defense is pretty tired right now. They can't get a change. Green tries to recover in the corner, beaten to the puck by Herndon South Lakes, but finally recovered by Ethan Hong, who just kind of fires it around the net. It's not gonna get there for icing. Oh man.
Whoa.
I thought they'd wave that icing off as Grayson slowed down to get the puck. He clearly could have touched it before it crossed the line, but they did not.
11.
So face-off will be in the Heritage Rockbridge zone to the left of the Heritage goalie. Wilkins wins the draw back to George. Fires it around to Eade. He's able to chip it out to center ice. Ryder goes back and recovers to Herndon South Lakes. They kind of mess around with it in their own zone. Finally picked up by Crossan behind his own net. He has no pressure on him though and takes his time. Cuts right up the center of the ice, be able to beat his man. Got tripped up, but no call. Crossan takes it in, fires it wide, chipped right out to White, who tries to throw a pass across. Takes it, throws it again. Puck, ooh, quick whistle as referee lost sight of the puck. A lot of Heritage Rockbridge eyes looking down at the puck instead of up at the players. And it looks like there is going to be a penalty on Heritage Rockbridge as Feipel will go to the box for tripping. So about halfway through the game, pretty big penalty kill here for Heritage Rockbridge. Puck back, one back by Herndon South Lakes to White, who walks the line, fires it wide of the net. Crossan picks it up on the side, back out to White, down to Crossan. Throws it back out to White. Shot right on net, saved by Pataglione, and able to be knocked all the way down the ice by Heritage Rockbridge. Herndon South Lakes picks it up with White carrying it behind the net. Throws it up to Crossan on the right side and makes him move to center ice and carries it over the line. He sets it up, coming out to the point, but turns it over straight to Hong, who throws it up to Mason Mueller, who just can't grab it for a breakaway. And they dump it into the corner where it's picked up by Wilkins. Comes out with a lot of speed, but throws it right to Botema at center ice, who shoots it back in. Recovered by Ryder. He gains the line, but turns it over to Mason Mueller, who's coming in. He got hooked a little bit there, but no call. But then he does get a call on the back end. Holding on White.
Well, that'll offset the FIPO penalty.
It will. So be 4-4 for about 49 seconds, and then Heritage about a minute and 10 on the power play. As Wilkins goes to the box for Herndon South Lakes, which is good news if you're a Heritage fan because he is the player that had the beautiful shot to score the shorthanded goal on the last penalty kill. So it's unlikely he'll score a shorthanded goal this time, but he's one of their faster skaters that you would expect would be out here in this situation. Heritage is going to match Wilkins and Eade in the 4-on-4. As Furtek goes in and gets it, tosses to Grayson Eade, who fights for it in the corner, who throws it out to George, throws it on net. Kind of a good chance there as Grayson was going to the front of the net. Now picked up by Herndon South Lakes, who carries it down the ice. Petzold tries to get to the outside. He is able to beat his man. Comes in, fires it. Puck squirts out just side of the net. Right off the Crossan.
Wow.
Who just airmails it over the net into the netting. He had a wide open net. I think he got excited. You'll see right here. The puck's kind of on edge, and he just kind of catches it on the edge, and instead of hitting it flat, just kind of fires it right into the netting. .21 seconds to go in the Heritage penalty, at which point they'll be on the power play.
Shots on goal is now tied at 14 apiece.
Correct. I said this is a very even game with really a center ice goal separating it. Mason Mueller wins it straight forward and gets it out of the zone. Pitched over to Crossan, who dumps it in. Picked up by Mueller in the corner. He carries it out, makes a quick move. Again, carries it left side, curls at the top, throws it across to George, who fires it high and wide of the net. Mueller recovers on the side. He just kind of pins it against the board as three Herndon South Lake players try to get it out, and they're able to as Murphy picks it up. Brings it behind his own net, but good forechecking by Hong, and Wilkins recovers it back out to Mueller, throws it back to Hong, comes around the top of the circle, tosses it over to George, crosses it back to Mueller, goes right to Hong in front of the net, and kind of chipped on net with his backhand. Didn't get as much of it as he wanted. There's now 41 seconds left in the power play for Heritage Rockridge. Face off to the right of the Herndon goalie as Herndon wins it, and the puck is fired all the way down the ice. Max Mueller gets it with Mullen giving chase. Tries to make a long stretch pass to Batema, but that doesn't get through as Ryder gets it and just chips it in. But Heritage isn't skating, so Ryder's easy to pick up the puck on his own in the corner. They turn it over straight to Ethan Hong, who carries it up ice. 3-on-2, 4-on-2 actually. He shoots it himself though, right into the glove of the Herndon goalie. I really don't blame him for testing the goalie at this point after those two soft goals earlier, but that puck, I think you want that one back. Didn't have the pace on it like he usually does on one of his shots. .13 seconds to go in the power play. Hong unable to win the faceoff as Ryder picks it up for Herndon South Lakes in the corner. Good forecheck by Batema. Puck comes out to Mueller, who just fires it on net. Good screen there. Puck knocked to the corner. Herndon South Lake gets it out. Heritage goalie, a little interesting, fires it just past the Herndon player. Ethan Hong shoots it out to center ice. Knocked back in, straight to Hong, carries it straight up the middle. Curls down around. Tries to fire, but tipped by White. Picked up by Grayson Eade to the point, and turns around and shoots it back into the corner. Mueller gets it, makes a quick move, comes around, tosses it out to Max Mueller at the point. Again, fires it on net, saved by Day. Back to Mueller in the corner, makes a spin move, curls around, has it in the corner again, cycles it down to Hong, throws it in the front of the net, They had to be quick there and make a save. Finally, Herndon South Lakes takes it, shoots it all the way back down as they chase into it. Hong picks it up, rims it all the way around the boards, nobody there. And it comes all the way out to center ice for Herndon South Lakes as Crossan recovers. Makes a move at center ice, throws it over to his brother. Again, Crossan to Crossan. Now White has it in the corner. Tosses it out to Murphy at the point. He throws it weakly towards the net, but it's knocked into the side of the ice. They fight for it in the corner. Still fighting for it. Finally comes away to Crossan, who fires it on net. Knocked aside by Tartaglione. White with it now at the point. Throws it to Spencer. He shoots it wide of the net. Picked up by Mueller. Tries to ice it down the ice, but doesn't get it out. Picked up by Eade. Going to Mueller. It's a 2-on-1. Mueller throws it across the lamb. Nice save as Carson Day gets across. Coming back the other way now is Crossan. Tries to go straight up the middle. Puck knocked away into the corner. Tossed out and just iced down by Heritage Rockridge. Good chance there on the 2-on-1, but the goalie really read it all the way. And he was right there when the puck was passed across. .5:31 to go in the second. Heritage leads by 1, 3-2. Herndon wins the shot on net by Ryder, knocked to the side by Tartaglione. And Heritage Rockridge fires it out to center ice. Goes all the way into the Herndon zone, picked up by Schaefer. Makes a quick move. Gives it to Ryder, carries it out. He tosses it in to the Heritage zone. Furtek fires it around. They kind of fight for it in the corner. Finally, pass. Nice chance as Herndon South Lake is able to throw it across the ice. They had a player there, but they weren't able to connect. Furtek to George. Loses it straight to the center of the ice. Again, fired wide by Petzold. And just iced by Heritage Rockridge. Faceoff's going to be at center ice.
I don't think South Lakes Herndon got the memo on that. They do now.
Puck one straight ahead by Mullen, who makes a quick move at the line and fires it in. Well, Tamla ain't able to get it out. Picked up by Wilkins. Knocked to the side by Tartaglione. Again, back to Wilkins and brings it out in front. Heritage Rockers get it out of their zone as Chase Christine grabs it, dumps it into the corner. Nice breakout by Herndon South Lakes as Mullen takes it up ice. Avoids the check from Christine, brings it over the line. Throws over to Wilkins, unable to corral the pass. Good defense by Connor Botello as he shoots it around, but kept in by Spencer. Falls, picks it up against the boards. Mullen digs it out, and it comes straight to the front of the ice where Tartaglione covers for the whistle. 3:40 to go in the second. 3-2, Heritage Rockridge leads Herndon South Lakes in this championship game. Face-off 1-4 by Herndon South Lakes, and it weakly floats to Taglioni, so they'll replay this. Clock's still running, as all the parents are now. And it's still running. About 10 seconds ran off there. I mean, it's not the end of the world, but...
yeah, exactly 10.
He's going to hold it for 10, which is the usual play.
All right.
So you won't see this clock go for about 10 seconds.
We'll try to get synced back up with the house clock.
Yep. Face-off 1 by Heritage Rockridge. And they're unable to get it out. Oh, still unable to get it out as Mueller just coughs it up at the blue line. Those turnovers a lot of times come back to haunt you. They chip it in again. Finally knocked out. Knocked back in, that's offsides as Herndon South Lakes isn't able to come out of the zone. Crossan makes a nice move, brings it in over the line. Throws it in front of the net. Intercepted by Hong, who comes down ice with a lot of speed. Throws it over to Mueller, gets around the outside. He's in all alone on the goalie and fires it in top shelf. That's my favorite announcer would say, top shelf where mama hides the cookies.
That's right.
As Mason Mueller buries it on a nice feed by Ethan Hong. 4-2 now. Heritage Rockridge over Herndon South Lakes with 2:47 to go in the second period. Can you excuse me a little bit? Thanks. Face-off won by Herndon South Lakes. Chipped up into the air. They get it in the zone. George takes it. Eade passes it out, and it goes all the way down the ice slowly. It won't make it for icing.
Nice.
Schaefer picks it up. Leaves it for Cope. Off the boards to Barter, who turns it over to Eade at the line and makes a nice move. Avoids the check, still on the puck. Finally loses it to three men. As Cope brings it back down the ice. Chips it in. Thrown to George. And shot all the way down the ice. Easy icing call for the referees. 1:57 to go in the second. Herndon South Lakes wins the draw. Ryder with the puck at the point. Chips it in. Bertrand has it on the side. Behind the net to Wilkins. He throws it out in front of the net. It comes straight to the Herndon point. Picked up by Green. Again tosses it. Bertrand has it again. Weakly on net. Herndon still fighting for it in the corner. Nice play by Botema, but it's 4-on-1. Someone's got to help him out down there. And again, Botema takes care of business. They're going to call that a check a little bit high.
1:17 to go. This is not the best of news for Heritage Rockridge.
He was fighting 1-on-4 in the corner. When that happens, you got to have some help come down.
Yep.
And eventually he took the call. They're going to call it roughing. The check was it was a good check, but he got his hands up a little bit high, and that's what they'll always tell you. When your hands get up high, they're probably going to call it.
All right, so unless anything changes, we're going to be shorthanded here for the balance of this second period.
Minute 17 to go in the period, so what you want to do is here, kill that first minute 17, and then bring it out to the next one. White unable to hold into the line, and Herndon South Lakes let the regroup at center ice. Over to Wilkins. They fight for it, picked up by Mason Mueller, who fires it back into the corner. White picks it up behind the net. Carries it up ice. Tries to make a move, but it goes into Max Mueller, picks it up, and fires it just past the blue line. The regroup, White over to Wilkins. Back to Crossan. Makes a quick curl. Picked up by Hong, who kind of fires it out center ice. 16 seconds to go in the period. Murphy with it now at center ice. Tries to make a pass across. Picked up by Mason Mueller. Makes a move.
Holding.
Gets holded or hooked to center ice. But there's no call. Crossan takes it, fires it on net. Saved. 1 second to go. And he'll escape here.
Yeah. I'm surprised there wasn't a call on that.
Yeah, it was strange, but Mason didn't try to skate through it, which sometimes they, I don't know, but I think it was a pretty obvious hook or a hold.
Yeah. All right, so it looks like there is going to be an ice cup. Both teams heading off.
Yes, there will be.
I'll get a chance to drink my coffee here, Bart. Warm up my hands a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah.
We might even get a intermission interview, perhaps. Let's see who we can pounce on. We got Brooks here. He's always willing to do an interview. He's actually been commentating a couple of the states championships games for me last weekend.
Oh, nice. So yeah, so they already caught the ice. So probably about 10 minutes or so would be my guess. We got Grayson E doing work down there in the corner on the net, making sure.
He's a good kid, that Grayson E.
He's a good kid. I'm not sure what the referee's looking at right now. They're not used to having to actually do work in between periods. So as the Zamboni comes out, I would say again, this has been a very even game.
Yeah.
Kind of the best players for both teams have showed up, and
so Coach Folks in NC says, watching with DECA students, they are saying this looks impressive. Well, I appreciate the kind words. I'm not sure whether you're referring to my videography skills or the play. I'm going to take a little bit of credit, but I think it's both. I think we're seeing a high-quality game. We're seeing great effort on both sides. I do think Heritage starting to get a little out-muscled there at periods. Well, let's say not periods, but at times in that second period, it looked like the edge was really on Herndon South Lakes. They were really putting on the pressure there in the second.
I would say, just kind of watching this game, the Herndon South Lakes has overall, their talent across the lineup is slightly better than Heritage Rockridge, but the top two players on Heritage Rockridge, Hong and Mason Mueller, are really, carrying the day right now for Heritage Rockridge. It shows by the goals that have been scored by two by Mason Mueller and one by Ethan Hong. When they're not on the ice, a lot of the times the Herndon South Lakes is able to kind of pen up Heritage Rockridge, especially when Wilkins and Mullen are out there. Two of the stronger players are having a great game for Herndon South Lakes.
Yeah. So the shots in that second period did fall in favor of Herndon South Lakes, out shooting Heritage Rockridge by 5. They had 14, we had 9. Heritage still with the slight advantage overall, though, thanks to that first period to end the second period with a total of 21 shots over 19 for Heritage Rock Ridge.
Correct, and with Heritage being up by 2 goals, you would expect that in the third period, Herndon South Lakes will usually get more shots, as we call that score-adjusted shots, as the team that's behind usually gets more shots that are of lesser quality in the third period. You'll see this a lot in the higher levels of hockey. So like, why did my team get outshot in the third period when they were in the lead? Well, that's because they were playing defense and trying to force more outside shots. But the shots they do usually get are usually higher quality because they're more odd man rushes and such. So hopefully if you're a Heritage fan, you hope for some good odd man rush chances. And if you're a Herndon fan, you hope they're able to cash in on some of their shots in the third period.
Coach Folks, there's definitely a shout out to the video crew. You do an amazing job. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you to say so.
Nice pan of the crowd there.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. The Ethernet's not working here today. Yeah, we had a number of difficulties when we got set up here today trying to get the Ethernet. I went to the front desk and they said the internet's been up and down all day. They've had a guy working on it, but we couldn't get any of the Ethernet jacks working, so we had to MacGyver bush fix together our own network very quickly in the 5 or 10 minutes leading up to the puck drop. Just managed to get it in time.
Yeah, this.
Want this for the next game too?
No, just this one.
So we'll call this Wi-Fi by Pizza as the shout out to Slice Theory.
Slice Theory, yeah.
Slice Theory, who is does make a decent slice of pizza for a hockey rink.
They do actually.
I would say it's of hockey rink pizzas, it's definitely in the top.
Oh, I would say so.
One of the tops I've ever had. So
it's very unique too. It's not like your typical pizza. They got some very unique pizzas.
Correct, and a very good soda. So if you're ever in Ashburn, you can get a decent slice of pizza at the rink here, which I would usually not recommend hockey rink pizza, but this one is.
No, these guys do it different.
Actually, pretty good.
And you're originally from New York, correct?
Yes, I am originally from.
So I mean,
Buffalo, New York.
Right? You know pizza. I mean, it's not New York City, but still, like I consider anytime someone's from New York, okay, you're an expert on pizza. You tell me pizza's good, I'm gonna go there.
Fair enough. I would say chicken wings are more my specialty than pizza, but yeah, the pizza here is pretty good. It's kind of a nice thin crust. Somewhat reminiscent of a New York style.
All right, looks like we're almost done with the Zamboni.
Yeah, another lap to go.
Expect the players to be coming out of the locker room anytime soon. We'll keep an eye down below.
And they're also not using a lot of water on this cut, which is kind of nice as well. Sometimes you see that.
So, Bart, what are you expecting to see in the third period? What would you be changing, if anything, if you were Well, let's start with Heritage Rock Ridge, and then I'll ask the same question about Herndon South Lakes.
I would expect that Heritage Rock Ridge is going to ride Hong and Mueller as much as they possibly can. And you'll probably see very few periods of time when at least one of them is not on the ice. And as we've seen that in the period, probably a combination of Mueller's brother Max and Bultema at the point most of the time, with Furtek also being out there a lot. These are the players that have really got them there, and then sprinkling the other players. For Herndon South Lakes, again, that line of Mullen and Wilkins with whoever else they put on their wing, whether that's White, whether that's sometimes, I can't remember all their names, but has generally carried the play for Herndon South Lakes when they're out there. So they're going to put a push on with those players. So that's what I would expect to see. I would say usually you'd think their defense will take more chances, but I really don't think there's been a concentrated effort to not do that earlier in the game. So I'm guessing it'll be more of the same there. So I don't expect any more chances one way or the other. You would hope that Heritage Rock Ridge keeps the third man high, but I've seen that third man high be pretty tough to pull off at high school hockey and youth hockey in general.
Yeah.
As the players don't usually have the discipline to remain there. So we'll see what the coaches do, and if the kids listen, you know, they hear about half of what the coaches say and execute about a quarter of it. So.
All right, your Heritage Rock Ridge play is on their way out of the dressing room.
Yep, Herndon South Lakes back on the ice.
And here come Heritage Rock Ridge to the ice.
So again, Heritage knows they're a period away from getting medals, the right color medals. I guess everyone gets something, but Herndon South Lakes is not going to give it to them. They're going to come out hard.
Yeah, they're not giving up without a fight. I mean, they've been putting on some great pressure in this game. Like you say, it's very close. We got 43 seconds of this penalty to fight off at the start of this third period.
Yep.
And I'm sure both teams have had a chance to reset and get a strategy together for this third period.
Yep. It's probably also a strange experience, because I imagine very few of these kids have played in games with, or many games with, a third period ice cut.
Yeah.
So.
All right, take a moment here to give a shout out to the coaching staff. You know, this is our last game of the regular season. I want to give a shout out to all of the coaching staff for doing such an incredible job all season long, and to our team management who do all the heavy lifting every week to make sure we're all informed and the calendars are populated. Thank you all for your diligent efforts and outstanding work. Bart, I'll thank you as well at the end, but I'll give you a quick thank you now for being with us this season and calling the games. I get comments all the time from parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles on how much they appreciate having the commentary. They like the video, but oftentimes I think they like the commentary, because if they go up to go get a cup of coffee or something, they don't miss what happened. They can still turn the volume up and hear it while they're at the coffee maker.
Well, I appreciate it. It's my first time ever trying to call a hockey game. I've watched a lot of hockey games, but I haven't called a lot of hockey games, so. Happy to help some people out. Does help you focus on the game when you're calling the game, though.
Yep.
I also learned a lot of the names for the players on the other team.
That's right. By the end of this season, they'll be ingrained in your memory.
I apologize every time I call someone's kid the other kid. Usually it's with the 40s, because it's hard to tell the numbers. I'm starting to get better at seeing the kids and how they skate and recognizing that, but it can be confusing. Okay. As predicted, they're going to, Herndon South Lakes puts out probably the three best players across the line, with Muller, Crossan, and Wilkins. Heritage responds with the line of Hong, Wilkins, and on the penalty kill. Delayed call now, so Heritage is going to get another penalty. Herndon should really just pass it to two. And Heritage should never touch that puck because they could have got the 5-on-3 earlier. Usually when you see that, the other team just passes it or takes a quick shot to get the 5-on-3 as quickly as possible. And it's going to be Hong gets the penalty, so adds insult to injury, and as predicted, Mason Mueller hops over the bench. I would expect to see him kill the entire penalty if they're able to do so. Really, a big 18 seconds here.
Yeah, it is.
To kill the 5-on-3.
Ethan's a tough guy to be losing, too, if you're Heritage Rock Ridge.
Yep, probably the last person you want in the box at this point. Big face-off here. A win by Heritage could kill the rest of the 5-on-3, and they do not. Straight back by Muller to the point. Over to Crossan, who fans on it. Green picks it up in the corner. Unable to shoot it out. Comes out to Crossan. Fires it. Puck straight into the chest of the Heritage Rock Ridge goalie. Again, 4 seconds to go in the 5-on-3, at which point they'll have to kill another minute 40. Penalty wins straight back again. White takes it over to Crossan. Latema comes out of the box. Puck saved by Tatelli from a shot at the point. Latema gets it, fires it around. Kept in easily by Wilkins on the corner sideboards. Tosses it out to White at the point. Throws it over to Crossan. Drop pass to White. Fires it on net. Puck pops out. They fight for it in the corner. And Petskold just fires it all the way down the ice. He tried to pass it out to the point. Hit by White. 1 minute 10 to go in the 5-on-4. White brings it up. Dumps it in. Picked up by Wilkins. He comes around. Chips it out. To White at the point. Fires it wide of the net. Crossan. Over to White. Crossan in front of the net. Unable to control it as he cuts across. Carries it back out. Crossan to Crossan to the point. Intercepted by Heritage. They're able to get it out. Kept in by Crossan. Comes in, throws it over to White. Back to Petskold in front. He gets it. Glove saved by Tartaglione.
He's been outstanding in these clutch moments, especially at the start of this third period. He's been as cool as a cucumber.
28 seconds left to go on the Hong penalty. As Heritage changes their penalty kill. Lamanita up front with George and Furtek on the back end. Puck won again. That's like 3 straight face-off wins in a row for Herndon South Lakes. As Cope gets it over to Schaefer. Down to Petskold. Throws it across, but tipped out by Grayson Eade. With 10 seconds to go in the penalty. He's out to Bertrand, who chips it out to Petskold. Tosses it up to Ryder, who throws it. Oh man, straight back door, unable to be corralled by Cope. The puck comes out, back to Cope, who comes it across. Cuts it in front, able to hold on to it, back to the point for Ryder. Throws it in, chipped right onto Tartaglione.
Again.
Who makes another solid save. It's a little bit of trouble for Heritage Rockridge at the start of the period. They've come through the penalties, but they still really haven't gotten any control of the ice as Herndon South Lakes continues to pour on the pressure here. Shots now 25-19 in favor of Heritage Rockridge. Let's see if they can finally win a faceoff. This has just been straight. As Herndon South Lakes counters again with Mullen and Wilkins up forward. Hong does win the draw. Back to Mueller, who chips it out to center ice. Excuse me. It goes straight on the goalie as Dave picks it up after an easy save. Mason Mueller to take the draw. He'll face off against Gavin Mullen of Herndon South Lakes. Puck won by Herndon South Lakes. Murphy takes it and rims it around to Wilkins. Unable to catch it though, and comes back to Mavutema. Mavutema makes a cut, turn, fires it up to Mueller, center, makes a quick move. He's all alone in on the goalie. Buries it, top shelf. Makes a nice move at center ice, comes in all alone with the goalie, a little fake to the right, and puts the top shelf over the left goalie. A little fake to the right. You watch, fakes a little bit to the right, gets the goalie to commit, and then chops it over his blocker side shoulder. Big goal as Heritage Rockers now has what we call the most dangerous lead in hockey, a 3-goal lead. And it's 5-2.
I will say, though, that's quite nicely timed because that might knock a little bit of wind out of the sails. If you're a Heritage Rockridge fan, you're pretty happy about that, I think.
That was good timing, but still 10 minutes or 15 minutes to go. Long time in this game.
Yeah.
White picks it up for Herndon South Lakes, carries it to center ice, chips it in, and knocked back out to center ice by Heritage Rockridge. Recovered by Ryder, carries it in, way off sides. Face off just outside the Heritage zone. Mueller wins it to Gantos. Tries to pick it up. Picked up by Mason Mueller again, who cuts in. Again, drives straight to that. He's all alone and chips it up again.
My.
Top shelf for his 4th goal of the game, as he's really putting Heritage Rockridge on his back right now. Another gorgeous shot as he uses his speed to get to the outside and chip it over the, see, there he is, speed to the outside, cuts to the middle, and just quickly chips it over. No fake there. He caught the goalie moving to his right and chips it back to the direction, from the direction in which the goalie came. Way to have his head up and make that play. 14:21 to go in the period. Heritage 6, Herndon 2. Ethan Hong fires it off the post near side. A little bit giddy up now in the Heritage step as they get it turned over though, as Cope carries it up ice. A lot of speed. Fires it wide, picks it up himself, shoots it on net. Good save by Taglioni. Wilkins able to get out to Hong. Comes flying down the ice. 3-on-2, he fires it. Puck almost slips through, but it's a nice save by Day. And Herndon South Lakes just fires it down for an icing. Again, that second goal really took a little bit of the wind out of the sails, as you were saying.
Yeah.
The first one a little, but that second one really hurt.
Yep.
And now, as you can see, Herndon South Lakes probably going to be cheating a little bit because they got to get 4 goals here in 14 minutes.
They got some work to do now.
When you get 4 goals in 14 minutes, you're going to have your defense pinch, and that's kind of what led to that last Hong breakaway.
Hey, Rod, good to see you in the chat. I'm afraid we're not going to be live streaming the Independence game. We were not booked for that. I'm actually booked for dinner with some friends from this team we're playing right now that we've not seen in over a year. Excited to go have some dinner with them, but no, I'm afraid we won't be, not this time. So we're getting some equipment repairs, it looks like. At least I hope it's equipment and not...
Yeah, goalie's helmet's got some work to be done on it. And the face, they're ready to go. Face off one again by Herndon South Lakes. Murphy fires it around, out to Cope. He carries it in across the line. Takes a shot, goes wide. Picked up by Hong. Carries it out to center ice. Intercepted by Herndon South Lakes back to Heritage though. Green tries to pass it up. Instead, Murphy picks it up. Carries it in over the line. Dumps it into the corner. Checked by Cope. Picked up by Petskold. Curls around. Throws it out to Murphy at the point. He fires it in. I technically didn't see it, but it did go wide. Finally picked up by Hong and carries it out behind the net. Uses his speed to cut the center ice. Brings it over the line. Fires between the legs, but tipped wide. Gets it back. Puck comes way out in front of the net and knocked down by Petskold. Again, brought back by Cope. He just kind of shoots it in, and Herndon South Lake goes for a change. Max Mueller now gets it, tries to throw up the Hong, but Bertrand flying in from the change, picks it up, throws it to Wilkins. Goes to Mullen, who fires it on net, save for Taglioni. Puck pushed out again. Mueller gets it in the corner, unable to pick it up. Mullen picks it up, curls around, throws it straight out to Wilkins, who fires it in the net. As Herndon South Lake gets one back with 12:10 to go, the score is now 6-3. Again, those are the two players you got to watch on Herndon South Lakes, Mullen and Wilkins. When they get going together, they're a pretty potent pair. They'll remain on the ice along with Bertrand for Herndon South Lakes. Heritage counters with Lamb, D'Angelo, and Eade. George picks it up, knocked down by Grayson. Almost gets by his man. Puck comes out. Schaefer gets it, dropped off to Wilkins, who fires it. Nice shot, but just over the net. Picked up by Eade, who goes down the other way. He's one-on-one with Mullen. Cuts to the middle, makes a move, gets it in. That should be an... Puck was knocked off, and because of the way it was, we got a replay of that one.
Yeah.
Sometimes that can be an awarded goal, but it looks like they did not do that. And the puck, it was knocked off by the Heritage player, so.
Who was kind of pushed into the
Kind of pushed in. It's one of those. And that definitely would have been a goal for Heritage had the puck not get knocked off. But again, you can argue goals in interference, a lot of things. Without the benefit of the slow motion instant replay that we get in the NHL, it'll be hard to tell.
I'll take an uninjured Grayson, though, over the goal,
yes,
happily.
That is always best. We would hope for uninjured players at every turn.
Yeah, he's got a smile on his face. That's good to see.
And faceoff's going to remain in the zone, so they're... Anyhow, good chance there for Heritage Rockridge. Tough luck, the net goes off the moorings. Out to Green at the point, he dumps it in. Referee gets hit with the puck. He's always hurt. Lamb rolls it into the corner, picked up by Eade, who tries to make a move, unable to do so. Puck pushed out by Herndon South Lakes out to Crossan. Just kind of fires it in on the net. Dump back into the corner. Crossan pushed out in front. Comes to D'Angelo, who has a lot of ice, and he takes it. Dumps it into the corner. Puck chipped out to center ice by Heritage. Picked up by Herndon South Lakes, who brings it in over the line. No offsides. Crossan takes it. Curls around, checked out the puck by Mueller. They both fight forward in the corner now. Referee's telling him to move the puck. Finally comes out. But all the way to center ice. Murphy takes it now for Herndon. Loses it though to Eade, who tosses it back down to Mason Mueller, makes a quick curl. Puts it into the corner. Gives it to Eade. Tosses it behind the net. Unable to recover his Feipel though. Drop pass by Spencer though. Surprised Crossan, who picks it up for Herndon South Lakes. Brings it up ice, makes a nice move around Christine. Can't get around Max Mueller though. And the puck is knocked back to the Herndon zone where Schaefer recovers. Throws it back out to Crossan. Over to his brother, Crossan 71. Throws it to the center ice to White, who takes a shot, but it's ramped over the boards by Max Mueller.
I'm going to pull this comment back up again because I love it so much. From Mark Elias, this would be 93 is a goon. Yeah, you're not wrong, but Mark, it takes one to know one. So, love you, buddy.
Mason Mueller wins the puck to his brother behind the net, who chips into the boards. No one home, though, as Ryder picks it up from Herndon South Lakes and fires it back in. Picked up by Gavin Mullen. Tries to make a move, goes straight to Wilkins, who makes a deke. Nice save by Tartaglione with a kick save. That was a big save by Tartaglione. Another big save. Heritage really needs to get it out of the zone now.
Oh.
Fired wide by Bertrand. Kicked up by Mullen in the corner. Again, Mullen and Wilkins working over Heritage. Put it in the corner by Schaefer. Mullen to the point, unable to corral it, and finally knocked out to center ice for Chase Christine. Tries to bring it over the line and loses it. Unable to be picked up by Fleipel and pushed back the other way. Picked up.
Oh, no.
Mason Mueller loses an edge and it goes right to Schaefer. Kick save by Tartaglione as they kind of fumble around with it. Mason Mueller now gets it, carries it in front of his own net, and is able to chip it out, pick up his own puck. Comes in 2-on-2, makes a move, goes right around Mullen, straight to the net. Diving play by Ryder. Trip was not called, though.
No, it wasn't.
He did touch the puck first, but unfortunately, that doesn't resolve the ability not to trip the other player. Hong picks it up now, loses it to center ice to Bertrand, who carries it over the line. Latema takes it, carries it behind his own net, makes a quick curl. Loses it in front of his own net to White, but recovers it. Puck comes back out to Spencer, takes it, picked up by Hong, who gets it out to Wilkins. He brings it in. Crossan, though, picks it up for Herndon South Lakes in the corner. Tries to make a move around Gonto's unable to do so, but gets his own puck back. Now brings it around. He's got open ice. Passes it up to Wilkins, who tries to make a move, unable to do so. Intercepted by Botema and George. Nice defense. But they aren't able to get it out. Now to Crossan, 2-on-1. Over to Wilkins, who fires it in the net.
Nice play there from
Nice play.
Herndon South Lakes.
Heritage again, getting caught, leaving their zone too early. They better start focusing on defense, so this game's gonna be tied up really quick. Shots now 32-22 in favor of Herndon South Lake. The score remains 6-4 in favor of Heritage Rockridge. Getting another blue line turnover for Heritage Rockridge, and again, Wilkins, I believe that was his third of the night for a hat trick, so wonderful game by him. Hong picks it up at center ice. He carries it down, brings it over the line. Goes to Eid, who loses it to Crossan, who carries it back up the ice. Looks across, knocked to the corner by Mueller. Fired in front of the net, picked up by Furtek, who fires it off the side of his own net. Able to recover his own puck, though. Knocks it around to Lamb, who unable to get it. Picked up by Crossan in the corner. Behind the net, tosses it out. Kept in by Murphy. Back down to White. Right to Eid in front of the net, who's unable to get it out again. Another turnover. The blue line as Herndon South Lakes continues to pour on the pressure. Furtek makes a nice play to force the errant pass. Reversed by Mueller, but back to Crossan behind the net. Finally out, and here comes Hong the other way. Fires it on net.
Oh.
Saved by Day, and the rebound is just knocked wide. And Herndon South Lake comes back the other way. They chip it off the boards. Petskold checked off the puck by Botema, who throws it across to Green, who comes in. He's able to chip it into the zone, still on the puck. Tries to throw it in front of Wilkins, but it goes behind the net. Spencer grabs it up to Petskold, break out to Mullen, over to Wilkins. He's got speed.
And numbers.
Can't get around Mueller, though. Botema chips it out to the point. Again, can't get out of the zone. Wilkins tries to throw it to Mullen, but taken by Kemo, who chips it up to Hong, who comes in with a lot of speed. It's 2-on-1. Throws it over to Wilkins.
Oh!
Nice save by Day, coming across, able to make the stop.
Oh, no.
And then, but I don't see the referees raise their hand.
No.
Looks like they might be eating their whistle here at the end of the
that might
game.
have balanced out from the last one that we
Schaefer
missed.
comes in. Again, that's a penalty I probably would have called. It was, looked like, but either way, Hong brings it in. Offsides, though, as he kind of messes around at the blue line and puts his own player offsides.
Bart, we got a hockey game here.
Yes, this is a very nice game. 6-4, 5:23 to go. Right now, Herndon South Lakes is just rolling two lines. They're rolling a line with White centering, Crossan, and then they got a line with Bertrand, Wilkins, and Mueller. Wilkins and Mullen, and they're just rolling them back and, back to back. They shortened their bench a lot. Heritage Rockers is also shortened slightly, but not to the same degree. George chips it around. White picks it up for Herndon South Lakes. Over to Schaefer, who fires it. Saved by Taglione. It's loose in front of the net, but he's able to cover it. With exactly, well, not exactly, but 1 second less than 5 minutes to go in the third period of this championship game between the Heritage Rock Ridge Pride Phoenix and the Herndon South Lakes do not know their mascots.
Looks like some kind of bird. Cardinal?
Well, they got two of them because it's Herndon and South Lakes.
Right.
Face off. One by Ethan Hong. George, who knocks it around Eid, who again turns it over at the blue line, straight to White, but he recovers it himself and knocks it out. Ryder picks it up. Turns it over right in the middle to Eid, who comes in, makes a nice move, drops it off the Lamb, but he can't hold it at the line. Picked up by Crossan, who carries it out. He's got some speed. Nice play by Hong to poke check it forward. Crossan back to Schaefer. Schaefer dumps it in straight on to Taglione, who covers up.
4:21 remaining.
4:21 remaining. Yes, I don't think you'll see a lot of periods left in this game where you won't see, if any, Mason Mueller or Ethan Hong not on the ice. And they're both out there now. Hong wins it. Unable to chip it out, though, as he kept into the blue line, but he gets his own thing, chips it off to himself, comes in, Schaefer able to hold it, fires it, and buries it. Huge goal for his, I believe, is that his second or third of the night?
I've lost track. It might be third.
I believe, no, it's his second of the night. The first one was scored by Max Mueller on that center ice goal. Second of the night, and both of them were to the same side. Both of them either off the post or bar down, short side above the goalie's glove. You see the shot. Again, another one the goalie probably would like to have back as he got his glove on, but it seemed to last through the net. 7-4, 4 minutes to go. You hope to see everything out and deep for Heritage Rock Ridge now, as Herndon South Lakes is going to put on the pressure with their top line of Mullen, Wilkins, and Petskold right now. Mueller takes it, though, for Heritage Rockers, carries it over the line. A lot of speed, cuts wide. All of Herndon South Lakes is back. Nice check by Gavin Mullen, but he turns it over to Wilkins, who takes it. Unable to control it, though. Picked up by Spencer, who carries it over to the center of the ice. Again, another move with line, though. Puts his own player off sides. They usually tell you as a coach, once you get to the blue line, gain it before you cut to the middle. Because if you cut just before, you put your whole team off sides. 3:26 to go in the game. White takes it now, drops it for crossing, fires it. Puck's chipped, though, into the rafters. 3:19 to go. Face-off won by Hung. Picked up by Furtak, who fires it around. Puck popped out to the center of the ice. Hung takes it and chips it out. Puck out to Lamb. He brings it in, stays onside. Knocked down from behind by White. Picked up by Crossan. Carries it fast up ice. Comes down the side. Over to White, who fires it over the net. Schaefer picks it up, throws it.
Nice save.
Tartaglione makes an easy save as he saw that one all the way and just watches it into his glove. Seven forward, 2:45 to go. Face off to the left of Tartaglione. Wilkins loses the draw. Eade takes it, fires it in. Wilkins for Heritage picks it up. Passes it across to Green, who throws it up. Nice pass to Eade. He just fires it into the corner. As I'm sure the coach has told Heritage Rockridge, everything deep, keep 3 men high. Wilkins knocks it down to Eade.
Nice play.
Who looks. Kind of just holds it behind the net. Picked up by Mullen, and throws it up to Wilkins, who can't get it in. Back to Mueller, who throws it up to Eade. Line change, makes a nice stop at the line. Still on the puck, but tosses the backhand, intercepted by Herndon South Lakes. They bring it in. Wilkins on the puck around the outside. Throws it in front of the net. Petskold makes a backhand shot. Good save by Tartaglione. Back to Wilkins in the corner. Tosses it down to Murphy. Tries to throw it in front of the net, unable to do so. Picked up by Petskold, who cycles it down to Wilkins. Blocked. Nice way to sacrifice his body there by Eade. In the corner. Mullen carries it in front of the net. Loses it to Petskold. Back to Spencer. He gets it. Chase Christine. Throws it to the open net and buries it.
I hadn't even caught it. I was just thinking the net's going to be empty pretty
Correct.
soon.
While we're watching the play down here, pretty much as soon as the goalie got off, the puck was intercepted by Chase Christine, who didn't miss from his own side of center ice. So really probably all over but the shouting now. It's 1:22 to go, and Heritage Rockridge up 8-4.
Yeah, that's pretty much going to seal their fate at this point.
And, you know, a lot of good plays today, but you have to say that the Heritage goalie has really come through when they needed him tonight. He's made some big saves, along with, of course, you know, the hat trick plus from Mason Mueller and the two goals from Ethan Hong. So Heritage Rockridge throws out a line of the guys that haven't played a lot in this period, and Bertrand carries it in for Herndon South Lakes into the zone. Cole Furtak gets it, can't get it out though. Picked up by Teddy Cope, fires it on net. Picked up by Gabe Gantos behind his own net. Comes around. Looks up ice. Unable to make a move though. Ooh, high hit by Cope, but dumped in. No icing. Icing's waved off. 45 seconds to go in the game. Murphy fires it up. Over to Botema. Cross to George. Dumped in the zone. Ryder picks it up. Tosses it up. Barger fires it. Kept in by Botema. Kept in and dumped back in by Heritage. 15 seconds to go as the countdown is on now. Herndon South Lakes on it. They dump it in. 5 seconds to go. And that's it. Heritage Rockridge, the Pride Phoenix, are your 25-26 Northern Virginia High School Mixed Team League champions.
Yeah,
that's a mouthful.
It is, yeah.
I almost messed it up saying it the whole way. Really a game that is 8-4 on the scoreboard, but was much closer on the ice.
Yeah, that was one of the most exciting games I think we've seen all season.
As the Heritage Rockridge is, that initial goal from center ice, sometimes, you just can't overcome that. And I felt like Herndon South Lakes was kind of chasing that the whole game. A couple times they got to within one, but they just could never tie up the score. And eventually, Heritage Rockridge buried their chances in the end to pull away. Yeah, I do think the referees did a wonderful job tonight.
Yeah, they did. Let the kids play.
Let the kids play. They weren't afraid to call penalties when they saw them. It's easy to quibble, but these guys come out here and take a lot of crap from us most days. So,
not from us.
Well, from us as the parents that we are, as we're fans a lot of times. And a lot of parents are on the ice. They want to get some pictures here.
I guess so, yeah. Well, we got to get some medals handed out first.
Absolutely. Oh, and here's the cup. Hey. And here come the medals. They're going to get their medal and go take a picture on the scoreboard on the far side.
Yeah, and they probably have to turn this around pretty quick because I think there's another game coming up on this sheet.
Yeah, so the question is, are they going to do the ice before this game, or are they going to let them play too and then do the ice?
Oh, yeah, they could.
I'm guessing they're going to get the ice done.
That's more of a tournament ice cut strategy.
Yes. Which makes sense. You want the nice ice in the third period. I've seen that done a few times. Oh, trying to go a little too far. I'm going to come over to this side. So Herndon South is going to get their photo in first. A lot of parents on the ice, but I'm sure we will get 20 photos posted to the social media following the games.
I was chatting to their coach at the end of the game earlier this week, and my friends that they play, their son plays on this team, happened to mention to the coach, hey, his kid scored 4 goals tonight. He's like, what number is your kid? I'm like, I'm not telling you. Guys will nobble him in the first period.
Well, should be some happy kids tonight.
Yep. A very memorable and outstanding season.
Yep, this was a fun season. Happy to be able to call it with you.
Yeah, and we plan to be back for the spring season as well. So
There's
anybody that wants to watch some spring hockey will be streaming live. I can't promise that we'll stream all of the games. Sometimes the spring and activities get in the way. And Bart, it sounds like you might have your hands full.
Yeah, I'm
during
not
the
sure.
spring.
I'm not sure my son is going to be playing the spring season. I think he's going to focus on track, but I'll ask him. He may want to play, but
Yeah,
you know, those games are a lot harder to make, and it's not as much of a priority as you try to get out here for the
that's right.
fall season. To be honest, not sure spring season is even really necessary, but the kids like to play, so get them out there.
Yeah, it's extra ice time. It's
Yep.
it's fun. We had a good spring season last year.
Yep. So where does the trophy go? You get the
It's a loaner. I think you get to hold on to it for the season. So, but I don't know where it lives.
Yeah, I mean, 2 schools, and it's not really a school. I mean, this sort of school sponsored. I mean, they don't say they can't use the name, but at the same time,
Yeah. Maybe you get a couple of months in one school, then a couple in the other.
yeah, that'd be nice. Well,
Thank you, Rod. Appreciate that, and to you also.
okay, Andy, I think we're going to probably call it a broadcast for me today.
Yeah, I think it's time to go get some dinner.
Absolutely. Well, thank you again for letting me call this season. Hopefully, we're both back next year, maybe in the spring, and
Yeah,
continue.
and certainly in the fall, if not in the spring. All right, well, we'll let you go. I'm going to keep the images going for a little while. There's some memories here still happening out on the on the ice that I'll keep on broadcasting, but we'll call it a day for the commentary here.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Good idea. You are? We have. What time is it? All right, we're going to wrap it up here. We're going to call it a day. I think everyone's now heading to the locker room for the most part. Family's still celebrating and everyone wanting to pose for photos with the cup. I'm sure there'll be a lot of pictures going up on social media. But we're going to wrap it up for today. Thank you for joining us all season. We look forward to joining you for the spring season. Those of you that can, and then again for the 26-27 season. I'll be here before you know it, folks. Lots more hockey to look forward to. Thank you for joining us today and indeed all season. On behalf of Bart, myself, and Creative Underground, I would like to thank you all. And we'll see you again soon. Until then, take care.